personally quite like Flourish Advance.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's quite a good product, particularly when setting up a new aquarium or putting new plants in. What are your thoughts on that, and how does that differ from standard Flourish?
Seachem Flourish Advance is one of my favourite products. It's not the best because when you first get Flourish, when you first get plants, especially like your tissue culture plants, the babies, and they can't handle a lot of nutrients at once. So Flourish Advance has got special, like the growth hormones in, which really stimulate root growth and new shoots and buds. And that's what it says on the bottle in a nutshell. But it really does work, I've found. Through our classes, I kind of got a little metaphor for it. Our classes, if you have a baby, you don't go give it solid straight away. You've got baby plants, you want to start on formula. And I think Flourish Advance is that formula. It helps the plants adapt gradually. So I use it for 2 weeks. I use nothing, but I'm just dosing one of my tanks with it at the minute. Nothing but Flourish Advance, and then I'll ease off that, and then I'll use Flourish Advance after every heavy trim as well to stimulate new buds and I can't think of the word. New shoots, buds and shoot growth. So, because obviously when you're trimming a plant, you're temporarily damaging it. So Flourish Advance is going to help that. So yeah, that's my little, I don't know if it's right, but that's my little thing for it. Baby formula.
That makes sense. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah, but it's an excellent product. I found some people said to me as well, you know, with crips you get crip melt. It's prevented crip melt.
Yep.
And it's your crips adapt more to the underwater conditions. So rather than the leaves melting like they do, which is normal and harmless, because you will get your plants are adapting better and changing. I found that with certain tanks, some have, some haven't. But I know people swear by it for the first 2 weeks. And definitely I've done that for years now. Flourish Advance, and I've got a couple of short videos and I'm like that. This product was great when you first set a tank up. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm Team Advance, particularly for crips, preventing crip melt. I've found more often than not it will help prevent crip melt with it.
Yeah. So there's another one on the list to say that's really helped. So it's good to hear that, and I'll give Seachem that feedback as well, because you're one of a lot of people say that now. So
yeah,
brilliant. Yeah, it's really good. So baby food for plants.
Yeah, it's not 100% given, but it helps more often than not, in my experience, playing around with crips to avoid it.
That's what I think.
And try and promote it to people for exact same reason when they're buying crips. And most people come back said crips didn't melt. Every now and then they did. Probably a few other little bits and pieces going on, but yeah, as an overall, I think it's fantastic for that startup period, and for if you're playing around with crips. So yeah.
It's just a gentle dose of fertilization without being too heavy, where your plants can handle it. So, like I say, for the first 2 weeks, great, and then maybe go on your Flourish or your Trace, which I was saying, giving them those. But Flourish as well is really, it's really strong and potent as well. So you only need a tiny amount, so it lasts for ages. But yeah, I would say Flourish Advance, definitely one of my favorite products there is there. Out of all products, not just Seachem, it's just a really good, helpful product. And yeah, so it's good to hear you said exactly the same. So good.